So tell us a little bit about Blackbear. What is it that makes it one of your favorite brands?
It's so when I started hunting denim right after the big attic fiasco, I was like, okay, I got to find some more of this stuff. And it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be because I mean, I broke in easy, found an attic full of bucklebacks and 40s denim. So I started looking hard and I spent a couple months and found nothing. And this old lady reaches out to me from Mystery Town and she's like, we were taking out this windowsill or taking out this window frame in our house and this pair of jeans just fell out. And right away I was like, okay, that's probably something old. And she sends me pictures of this buckleback Blackbear jean.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful jean. And I was like, okay, I don't know anything about this stuff except people want it. And I rolled up and bought them from her. I think I paid $100 or something. And immediately tried to flip it. And only there was the one guy who was interested in it. He wanted to pay me like $150. I was like, it's pretty cool. I think I'll just hang on to it. And then I started researching it and just kind of built this just obsession with the stuff. And anytime I find a Blackbear piece, I jump up and down and celebrate. Here's a pair I just found recently. So we talked about World War II being double stitched and not having arcuates. So here's a World War II Blackbear jean. Donut buttons, and I think there's zinc. And I'm just obsessed with the stuff. It's really, really rare. It's based out of Seattle. They went out of business, I think, in the 40s or 50s. And a guy named Josh Serlin kind of bought the brand and brought it back to life. And now he's got a massive Instagram, massive following. And he's on the hunt for this stuff. And I'm on the hunt for this stuff. And every piece I find, I keep. And
they brought it back. The brand is now resurrected.
Yeah. And he's kind of making new pieces inspired by the older stuff. So it's really cool. And I'm obsessed with the stuff. And it's so rare. I mean, I'll fight 100 bucklebacks before fighting a really crazy Blackbear piece.
You know, the only reason we find it is because we get a lot of the rag that comes up to Vancouver would be from Washington, right? Yep. We're just over the border. You know, obviously Idaho is pretty close to Washington too, so you're going to be finding some there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's when you look at the geography of Washington, you have the mountains, like it's like the coast, like the Pacific Northwest coast, then you have the mountain range, and then when you get over the mountains, you're basically into like dry, deserty zone.
Yeah.
Of like the Washington, East Washington is like desert.
It's
right?
The desert, yeah.
Yeah. We were in a town, I don't even know the name of the town, so it's Mystery Town. Mystery Town, Washington State. And we were like doing a dig, but this dig was all sports, right? Because this was like during the snapback days, probably 10 or 12 years ago.
Before me.
We got a line on this guy that had a sports store. Went there, bought a bunch of old stuff. You know, the earliest stuff he had was probably like 70s t-shirt blanks, like old Russells and things like that. But in this town where he was, there was this old brick building. It was the classic like little main street of a town, old brick building, huge like Blackbear workwear painting on the side of this brick building. And we were like, holy shit, like this was an old general store that probably was like one of their main retailers or something. And you know, obviously it was like a restaurant at that point or something, like it had been changed, but the painting on the wall was still there. And it was the coolest thing.
Dude, if you ever figure out where that is, send me a text. I want to go take pictures. I'm obsessed with that brand. And anytime a piece of it comes up, I flip out and do everything I can to land it. And I've been really blessed in the last month. So I had gone probably a year and a half without anything, not a thread. And then I was digging through this old camp trailer from the 80s of all places, right? And finally got permission to get into this place. It was 3 years I tried to get in and finally got permission. And he was like, you can dig through the 80s camp trailer. And I'm like, okay, I'd rather look in the barn, but okay, I'll look through this trailer. And I find this box of just denim. And I'm like, okay, this looks good. It's all 80s stuff, except for one hickory stripe piece. And I pull it out. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then did I see what I thought I saw? And I pull it out, and it's a hexagon pocket Blackbear piece with the big label and the weird hexagon shaped pocket, and I about lost my mind.
Now that you say the hexagon pocket, we've had the coveralls with that pocket.
Yeah, crazy.
And I do remember how unique that was. Obviously, when it comes to vintage, it comes to like what we do. That's the stuff people nerd out about, because you're like, this is an interesting detail. It's different. It's something unique that maybe this one brand did, and all those pocket formations have a purpose, right? Because what is the chest pocket of a chore jacket or something for? It's for your watch, right?
Yep, your watch, your pen, or even your tools, whatever. And I'm not sure why that pocket is shaped like that, but the pocket guys go nuts over that one. I didn't even know about that pocket until that piece popped out of that box, and I was like, what is going on here? And I talked to Denim Seeker, and he's like, bro, that's the Holy Grail, congratulations. And I was like, yeah. So that one's in the safe right now.